What a way to start a football game. The anticipation in the air was electric, with every fan in the stadium on their feet, ready for the action to unfold. There's something special about the opening moments of a game at Lambeau Field, the sense of tradition, the roar of the crowd, and the hope that anything is possible. On this crisp September afternoon, the Green Bay Packers took the field with purpose. The sun shone down on the iconic stadium, casting a golden glow over the sea of green and gold. Players sprinted onto the turf, their focus clear, their energy contagious. The crowd responded with thunderous applause, setting the stage for what would become a memorable opening drive. From the very first snap, Lambeau Field buzzed with energy as Jordanlove, stepping confidently into his role as leader, orchestrated a sharp, focused offense. The huddle was tight, the communication crisp, and the team looked locked in. Every eye in the stadium was glued to the field, watching Love command the offense with poise beyond his years. The Packers received the opening kickoff and methodically marched down the field, mixing runs and passes to keep the defense off balance. Each play was executed with precision, as the offense seamlessly alternated between powerful runs and quick, accurate passes. The defense struggled to predict what was coming next, and the Packers took full advantage. Every player executed their assignment, and the offensive line gave Love time to work. The linemen formed a solid wall, fending off defenders and creating opportunities for both the run and the pass. Their discipline and strength were on full display, allowing the offense to move the chains and build momentum. The drive was a masterclass in preparation and talent, capped by a touchdown that sent the crowd into a frenzy. The end zone celebration was pure joy, players leaping, fans screaming, and the stadium shaking with excitement. It was the kind of moment that makes football unforgettable. This wasn't just about points, it was a statement to the league. The Packers were here to play, and they wanted everyone watching to know it. Their determination was evident in every snap, every block, and every yard gained. The Packers showed they could feed off their home crowd and play in perfect sync. The energy from the stands seemed to fuel the players, who responded with flawless execution and visible camaraderie. Every high five and cheer from the sideline reinforced the team's unity and confidence. By the time they crossed the goal line, Green Bay had seized control of the game's early moments. The scoreboard reflected their dominance, but it was the way they played, with heart, discipline, and creativity, that truly set the tone. The early 7-0 lead was the result of hard work, smart play calling, and a few spectacular efforts. Coaches on the sideline dialed up the perfect plays, and players delivered with highlight reel catches and athleticism that left fans in awe. It was a team effort from top to bottom. This opening drive was a declaration. The Packers are here to compete with anyone. Their confidence was unmistakable as they broke the huddle, lined up, and stared down their opponents. It was clear. Green Bay was ready for whatever the season would bring. For fans, it was the perfect start to an exciting afternoon. The cheers, the celebrations, and the sense of community in the stands made it a day to remember. As the game continued, everyone in Lambeau Field knew they had witnessed something special, the kind of start that can define a season. The drive started at the 25-yard line after the opening kickoff. The Packers opened with a solid 4-yard run by Josh Jacobs, showing the offensive line was ready for battle. Jordanlove then completed a short, accurate pass, setting up a manageable third down. These early plays weren't flashy, but they built rhythm and confidence. Facing third and short, the Packers trusted Jacobs again, and he powered forward for the first down. The crowd roared as the offense stayed on the field, momentum building. This early conversion was crucial, showing the team's toughness and poise under pressure. Instead of a quick punt, the Packers had a fresh set of downs and belief. They crossed their own 35, laying the foundation for bigger plays. The initial sequence was simple and effective, settling everyone in. With the basics established, the Packers were ready to open up the playbook. The drive was just getting started. After that crucial first down, the energy on the field shifted. The Packers, sensing an opportunity to seize control, gathered themselves for what could be a defining moment in the game. The coaching staff signaled in a bold play call, and the offense broke the huddle with a sense of purpose. Every player knew this was their chance to make a statement. Jordanlove took the snap, dropped back, and immediately locked eyes with rookie wide receiver Matthew Golden, who was already accelerating down the sideline, his strides long and powerful. With defenders closing in, Love stood tall in the pocket and unleashed a perfectly arced deep ball. Golden, showing off the speed and instincts that made him a top draft pick, surged past his defender. Tracking the ball over his shoulder, Golden made a spectacular acrobatic catch right at the sideline, expertly toe-tapping in bounds for a massive 46-yard gain. The precision and poise he displayed were remarkable for a rookie. The stadium erupted in a roar of excitement. Fans leapt to their feet and Golden's teammates swarmed him in celebration. This was more than just a big play. It was a statement from both the rookie and his quarterback. In a single electrifying moment, the Packers flipped the field and catapulted themselves into prime scoring position, putting immense pressure on the opposing defense. The defense, caught off guard and scrambling to recover, could only watch as Green Bay seized all the momentum. The Packers' sideline was buzzing, and the crowd sensed something special was unfolding. This explosive play didn't just change the drive's complexion, it electrified the entire stadium, breathing new life into the offense and igniting the fans. Golden's arrival on the NFL stage was undeniable, and Love's arm talent was on full display for everyone watching. The chemistry between the two was evident, hinting at a promising future. The Packers had proven they could strike quickly and decisively from anywhere on the field, keeping defenses on their heels and fans on the edge of their seats. Fans in the stands and at home would be talking about this highlight reel play all week, replaying it over and over as a symbol of the team's explosive potential. With the offense now deep in the red zone and the crowd still buzzing, the Packers were perfectly poised to finish the drive and capitalize on their momentum. Golden's huge catch had an unexpected backstory. The play was designed for Dontavian Wicks, but confusion led both Wicks and Golden to run similar routes. Normally, this kind of mix-up spells disaster, receivers colliding or a blown play. But Jordanlove stayed calm, quickly reading the chaos. He saw Golden had a step on his defender and trusted him, firing the deep ball anyway. Love's poise and quick thinking turned a broken play into a highlight. Sometimes football brilliance comes from improvisation. The defense was just as confused, and the result was a massive gain. What could have been a mistake became a star-making moment for Golden. It was a testament to Love's awareness and the team's ability to adapt. Sometimes the best plays aren't drawn up, they just happen. After Golden's explosive catch, the Packers faced a tough third down inside the 30. The defense tightened, but Jordanlove looked to his reliable tight end, Tucker Kraft. Kraft ran a sharp route, found a soft spot in the zone, and Love delivered a pinpoint pass. Kraft secured the catch and fought for extra yards, moving the chains inside the red zone. The crowd erupted. This was a clutch play when it mattered most. While Golden's catch brought the fireworks, Kraft's conversion brought substance. The drive stayed alive, momentum intact. The Packers showed they could win with both big plays and tough, chain-moving efforts. Kraft's reliability was exactly what the team needed. The offense was now one step closer to the end zone. Every piece was coming together. With a fresh set of downs inside the 20, the Packers hurried to the line, pushing the tempo. In their haste, an offensive lineman jumped early, a false start penalty. The 5-yard setback turned 1st and 10 into 1st and 15, threatening to stall the drive. Moving backward in the red zone is always tough, shrinking the playbook and raising the pressure. For a moment, momentum seemed to slip, but the Packers didn't panic. They regrouped, refocused, and prepared to respond. Great teams overcome adversity, even self-inflicted wounds. The next play would test their composure and resilience. The drive's outcome now hung in the balance. Facing 1st and 15, the Packers handed off to Josh Jacobs, who powered ahead for 8 yards. That strong run made it 2nd and 7, restoring rhythm and confidence. The offense stayed balanced, keeping the defense guessing. On 2nd down, Love faked a handoff and hit a receiver on a short crossing route for another solid gain. Instead of forcing a risky play, the Packers chipped away at the distance. 2 efficient plays erased the penalty's damage, setting up 3rd and short inside the 10. The offense's poise and smart play calling had them knocking on the door. The penalty was forgotten. The Packers were back in control. Now, just yards from the end zone, they were ready to finish what they started. The crowd sensed a touchdown was near. The drive's momentum was fully restored. The drive reached its climax. 3rd down, ball on the 9-yard line. The stadium seemed to hold its breath, every eye glued to the field, knowing this play could define the entire game. The tension was high. A field goal would feel like a letdown after such a determined march down the field. Fans clutched their scarves and leaned forward, hoping for something special. Jordan Love took the snap. The offensive line held strong, and he scanned the end zone. The pocket was clean, but the pressure of the moment was immense. He spotted Romeo Doubs on a slant, who made a sharp cut and gained a step on his defender. Doubs's route was crisp, his footwork flawless, and for a split second he was open. Love fired a precise pass, hitting Doubs in stride as he crossed the goal line. The ball zipped through the air, threading the needle between defenders, and Doubs secured it with both hands. "Touchdown, Packers!" Lambeau Field erupted in celebration. The roar of the crowd was deafening, echoing through the chilly Wisconsin air as green and gold flags waved in the stands. The players mobbed Doubs and Love, capping a masterful opening drive. Teammates leapt into the air, helmets clashing in joy, and the sideline exploded with energy. The 75-yard march had everything: tough runs that battered the defense, explosive plays that electrified the crowd, and clutch conversions that kept hope alive. The offense overcame adversity and executed when it mattered most. Every setback was met with determination, and every challenge was answered with poise. Love's poise and accuracy were on full display. He looked calm under pressure, making the right reads and delivering the ball exactly where it needed to be. Every piece of the offense contributed to the score. From the linemen holding their blocks to the receivers running sharp routes, it was a true team effort. The Packers had delivered a perfect opening statement. Their execution was nearly flawless, setting a high bar for the rest of the game. The tone was set for the rest of the game. With confidence surging and momentum on their side, the Packers showed they were ready for anything that lay ahead. The extra point was good. Packers up 7-0. The flawless opening drive set the tone for the entire game. It was more than just 7 points. It was a confidence boost for the whole team. Jordan Love showed leadership, Golden made a statement, and the offensive line proved their strength. The sideline buzzed with energy, and the defense was fired up to take the field with a lead. The Packers seized momentum and put pressure on their opponent from the start. This drive was a showcase of balance, big plays, and resilience. Key contributions from Golden and Kraft kept things moving. Love's touchdown to Doubs was the exclamation point. The Packers marched 75 yards and sent a clear message: they came to play. Lambeau Field was rocking, and the league had been put on notice.